Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to try and solve 6 questions live in front of you from the PTE Reading Fill in the Blanks drop down, which comes to you first. Just one small request, if you have any doubt, please mention in the comments. The number is on the screen. If you have any doubts, please feel free to connect on WhatsApp. And if you have any particular request for IELTS or PT question types that we can cover in the live solution series, let me know in the comments. I'll make the video next. Just 18 subscribers hain, so it is very easy to do that, right? Let's get started. So we are using Ape Uni, and the very first question is about some kind of lute. The lute, a plucked string instrument, a central role in European music from the late Middle Ages through the Baroque period. Let's open the options. I think played, because it can only be played a central role. That is how you use it. You can't use is, became, undo. No. Its pear-shaped body and fretted neck. It a versatile instrument for both solo and ensemble performances. Took, gave cannot be the answer. Granted, though we use for permissions, so made is the most appropriate one. Unlike the modern guitar, the lute typically has paired strings, which a richer, more resonant tone. So यहाँ पे kind of we are talking about the production thing. Guitar produces, makes तो नहीं, we use produces. So produce is the most appropriate option. During the Renaissance, the lute was highly valued by both professional musicians and amateur players. Its popularity gradually declined in the 18th century as keyboard instruments became more fashionable. Full stop. The lute remains, this should be a connecting word because it is in the starting, and this sentence is kind of dependent on the previous sentence. The lute remains an important subject of study for those interested in early music performance practices, and it frequently used in historically informed concerts today. In the single sentence, there are two blanks. I'll do the second one, the latter one first. Was नहीं हो सकता because we are referring to today. Be been तो doesn't fit grammatically. So the only option is it is frequently used in historically informed concerts today. Although I don't know your historically informed concerts क्या होते हैं. As keyboard instruments became more fashionable, the lute, connecting word. Despite, nahi, we are not talking about contrast. Therefore, it's not a cause and effect. Unless, okay, अच्छा, even though the popularity gradually declined, तो यहाँ पे होना चाहिए nevertheless, because even if something has failed to perform, nevertheless, they are making a second part of it. So let's hit the submit button. Played, made, produce, nevertheless is. Okay. Okay, all answers are correct. Let's move to the next one. The literary paradox. The normal novel is dying. People nowadays prefer to engage in other forms of entertainment, such as music, rather than reading books during the leisure time. Rather के साथ most likely the conjunction or whatever you call it. Okay, than. So rather than is the most popular expression when you are comparing things. However, a survey conducted by a certain organization or website reveals that number of potential online writers, particularly in the genre of novels, is continuously increasing. Genre means categories. Kind of like, category like action, comedy, that's genre. Thoroughly cannot be the answer. Radically तो नहीं बनता ही नहीं respectively. So ironically, देखो ironically use होता है to show contrast. It is ironical that despite being a very vocal critic of the particular party, they joined it. तो यहाँ पे ironically use होता है. I'm so sorry, I can't explain the actual meanings, but I know what I know. You know what you know, right? Okay. This contradiction highlights the fact that despite the decline in reading books, global literacy rates are at an all-time high. This signals a shift in how people consume and engage with literature. While While novels may be popularity as a medium, the rise of online writers. Okay, acha. The rise of online writers and improvement in literacy rates underscore the endurance. Okay, so it cannot highlight. While novels may be, देखो यहाँ पे ना increase की तो बात नहीं हो रही, right? Because the first sentence says normal novel is dying, तो maintaining नहीं हो सकता, regaining नहीं हो सकता, losing या losing. Oh, that's interesting. Uh, I think it should be losing, but I could be wrong also. This is a spelling kind of thing, and I am pretty sure that I might be wrong here as well. Anyhow, I'm making a guess, right? It also challenges the notion that notion means idea that literature is dying and suggests that it is merely evolving to adapt to the preferences and habits of modern readers. In conclusion, the novel, like any other art form, may transform in response to changing times, but is far from fading के साथ, जैसे रादर के साथ हमने यूज किया था, than fading के साथ यूज होता है away in such a context. Now, I am very much unsure of this, but let's see what the thing is. Oh, yeah. So, ironically, losing is with the single O, not double O. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, it's about children and snack. Jennifer Harris, a researcher at the University of Connecticut's Rudd Center for Food Policy and Obesity, has studied the impact of food advertising on children's eating habits, kind of. We don't have habit, but the closest word that is synonym to it in this context is behaviors. In one key experiment, children aged 7 to 11 watched a cartoon interspersed with either food or non-food advertisements. It most likely means कि उसके साथ इंटीग्रेट किया हुआ था, राइट? कार्टून के अंदर ही एडवर्टाइजमेंट चल रही थी. जैसे आप लोग आजकल यूट्यूब पे देखते हो ना, एवरी कंटेंट क्रिएटर हैज सम काइंड ऑफ अ ब्रांड इंटीग्रेशन, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग. Afterward, they were given a bowl of cheddar cheese crackers to snack upon. Now, upon is a popular expression that is used with snack, but do we have something after with? Okay, the closest one is on. The results showed that children exposed to food ads consumed 45% more snacks than those who saw non food ads. The study suggests that food advertising can significantly increase snack among children, potentially contributing to unhealthy eating habits and obesity. Snack intake नहीं, intake is not routine में तो snack आता ही नहीं है, पैटर्न भी नहीं होगा, तो most likely consumption and intake में से one should be the correct answer. But let me tell you, I think the correct answer here is consumption. Because intake is something that you don't use in a general day-to-day conversation. It's consumption. These advertisements create emotional associations between eating the product and feelings of enjoyment or fun, further encouraging children to do something, to buy more snacks. Okay. Reject nahi aayega because it's about eating more and more snacks. Rather than tempt can't be the answer because snacks are already tempting, right? They're very attractive, they're very easy to eat. Okay, they're very, how do I say it? People want to eat because they are delicious. So जब delicious की बात आती है तो we use the word indulge. स्वाद ले लेके खाना, that is called indulgence. By reducing exposure to these ads, it may be possible to mitigate their influence, avoid their influence, and promote healthier eating habits. I would again say, जैसे पहले वाला था. So, yeah, the answer is habits, right? Let's submit it. Oh, nice. Yeah, all our answers are correct. Gamification, fourth question I think we are on. Gamification refers to the migration of game-like elements into non-game environments, particularly in the workspace, to drive engagement and okay, credit cannot be the answer. Efficiency nahi. Motivation or productivity? आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर हियर। एंगेजमेंट के साथ कौन सा वर्ड ज्यादा बेटर पेयर होता है? सी एंगेज, ओ यू ड्राइव मोटिवेशन, मोटिवेशन के साथ द वर्ड दैट इज यूज्ड इज ड्राइव, सो एंगेजमेंट एंड मोटिवेशन. It involves using mechanics such as points, badges, leaderboards, and challenges to make tasks more engaging, rewarding, and fun. The primary goal of gamification is to inspire employees to perform better, work more collaboratively, and meet their objectives while feeling credited for their efforts. Everyone wants the credit for their efforts, but यहाँ पे ignored, neglected तो can't be the answer. Heard नहीं, you don't use heard with the word credit, so uh, acknowledged is the most. मतलब everyone should know कि this guy has literally done this thing due to which company is rising up. To be effective, gamification needs to be thoughtfully integrated. इंटीग्रेटेड का द क्लोजेस्ट वर्ड इज नॉट मार्जिनलाइज, नॉट अलाइंड, या इंड्यूस्ड, या इम्प्लीमेंटेड. अब इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट द बेटर वर्ड इज इम्प्लीमेंटेड. Overuse or probably poorly designed gamification systems can backfire, leading to stress or disengagement. Successful gamification strategies tap into intrinsic motivation, offering employees meaningful rewards, fostering a sense of achievement, and encouraging healthy participation. Nahin. Frustration can't be the answer because it's going against the tone. Separation also, cooperation and competition. Achievement की बात है ना, तो competition would be the right word. The key is to ensure the game elements enhance the workplace experience rather than distract from it. Kevin Verbock, a professor at Wharton School of University of Pennsylvania, is a leading expert on gamification. Through his research and teaching, Verbock has explored how businesses can apply these game mechanics to increase employee motivation, and hesitation can't be the answer. Performance, attention, no performance. This is by far जितने चार questions we've done उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा tricky because there are two very closely correct words, right? So motivation, acknowledged, implemented, competition, performance. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, all answers are correct. Right. Let's move to the second last question of the day, which is about Mozart. Mozart, I think, was a very famous musician. I still remember when we used to have Windows PC like XP, Beethoven was a by default music in there, and I think Mozart also was there. Okay. Researchers have debunked the much publicized idea known as Mozart effect that listening to classical music improves children's ability to reason about spatial relations. I don't know what spatial relations are. I can figure out what they are, but I'm not very concrete about it. And other non-verbal tasks. Non-verbal, basically, which you don't speak. Writing is a non-verbal task. Learning to play a musical instrument or to sing something, sing songs. नहीं, but यहाँ तो comma है. May indeed. Thus, I'll come to it in the end. Right, may indeed give youngsters an intellectual edge. A new study reveals, suggests. Oh, this is grammar. अब basically देखो यहाँ पे क्या है? You are going to choose something that should be in the simple present tense because it is talking about today. Okay, 6-year-olds who took weekly piano or singing lessons throughout the year scored an average recorded. Oh, अरे वाह, अगेन ग्रामर. सी देखो ये ना स्टडी हो चुकी है, एंड व्हेन समथिंग इज डन इट इज एग्जिबिटेड. Other 6-year-olds who took weekly drama lessons or received no extracurricular lessons despite displayed an average IQ rise of 4.4, 0.3 or whatever. I don't know why ape unique na formatting is. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे वेरी सिंपल, क्योंकि और है तो आइदर और इज अ पॉपुलर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ कंजंक्शंस. ओके, लिसनिंग टू क्लासिकल म्यूजिक से लर्निंग टू प्ले आ गया, मतलब इट्स काइंड ऑफ लाइक इन द सेम जोन ऑल्सो बट समवॉट अपोजिट, राइट? सो बिसाइड्स thus cannot be the answer. Besides, instead तो बिल्कुल नहीं होगा. So most likely I'm taking a guess here again. I'm not very sure. Just देखो यहाँ पे ना what happens is you try to say the sentence. Let's see. Learning to play a musical instrument or to sing, however, may give indeed youngsters an intellectual edge over their peers. Okay, so I think this is most likely correct, but let's see. All answers are correct. Very well done. ठीक है, let's move to the next one, and I think that's the last one. Sixth question for the day. Ice tongue is a glacial formation created by an ice stream flowing faster than the surrounding something. तो ice stream के आसपास क्या होगा? It would be climate, desolate places, whatever. Rock no, water, sand no. तो water and ice के बीच में ice stream flowing. Okay, the answer should be ice because water is already flowing, but what is it flowing faster than surrounding ice? As the glacier moves towards, it's a very long one, moves towards the sea or body of water, it extends outward, forming a large finger-like projection of ice. This happens when the glacier's flow rate increases the surrounding ice. No, it's causing it to break off and form an ice tongue. vocabulary, sorry, grammar point. Exceed. अब ये देखो happens है ना. See, when you identify a verb form that has happened, the second verb form is also going to be the same. Exceeds. No need to even think too much. Over time, sections of ice tongue may. Why do I look at it? May carve out something like that, creating icebergs and further shaping its structure. अब मे के साथ तो the answer should be carve because you always use the first forms, the very first simple form. One well-known example is the Erebus ice tongue located on the something of Antarctica near Mount Erebus. Coasts cannot be the answer, coastal cannot be answer. अब ये तो vocabulary ही है, this is not a grammar one. And यहाँ पे ना point is whether it should be coast or coastline. Coastline is the line that separates, but coast is the proper area. Like when you say Vaga Beach, it's not the beach line, it's the beach. So I think the answer should be coast, but I'm a little doubtful here. The formation and stability of ice tongues like Erebus are important for understanding sea level increment, as changes in the ice tongue size or structure can affect the flow of ice onto the ocean. Okay. Increment is rise. Raise is for salary. Rise is for sea level rise. Rises cannot be the answer, and rising cannot be the answer. So it's rise simply. Let's check. Ice, exceeds, carve, coast, and rise. These should be my answers. All right. So the correct answers are there in front of you, and this is how you do PTE reading fill in the blanks drop down. Before we say goodbye, first of all, thanks a lot. Second thing, I'm trying to publish such videos every day where you can see how an IELTS and PT educator would solve the questions by themselves, right? If you like the initiative, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so that I also know that you are liking it and it is worth putting effort. We are currently 18 subscribers strong as for the point that I record this video. Another thing, if you want me to do any other question type live practice, you can just let me know via WhatsApp message, or you can also pin down a comment. I read all of them. 18 subscribers hai, so why would I not listen to all of you, right? If you have any doubt, just shoot it. Please let me know. Till then, goodbye. Let's meet tomorrow or day after tomorrow with something as interesting as this. Till then, bye bye.